All right, everybody, I hope you're having an absolutely phenomenal weekend because it's about to go up one more level with this news that's breaking right now as we speak. You know, Xbox's 20th anniversary is coming up this Monday, and the rumors have been absolutely insane. How insane? We're talking Halo Infinite multiplayer dropping early, like Monday early. We're talking Xbox 360 games getting FPS Boost, and we're even talking Xbox 360 and original Xbox games being announced for back compat on Monday. There is so much to dissect, so much I'm extremely stoked about that I'm foregoing my no working on the weekend policy for this one specifically because I got to get on this right away. I wanted to sit down and talk about it. I was so excited. We had all this news break during the podcast yesterday, and now we've got more information today where I was like, you know what? We're delaying that Skyrim Anniversary Edition review that's supposed to come out today. Like, we've talked about Skyrim for a decade. We got to talk about this right now. What's hilarious about all of this is Xbox continues to tell us to temper our expectations, but these rumors have been nutty. So let's get into it. Of course, we saw Halo Infinite had its early access digital bundle leak. This wasn't too surprising if you've been paying close attention to Xbox related things, because what was happening with Forza Horizon 5 was very telling. We saw over 1 million people willing to pay for early access for that game, and now it's at 7 million, probably 8 million plus players as of the time of us recording this video. So that game has been a tremendous success, where even though it was available on Game Pass, just 4 days early, people were willing to pay for that access, whether it be the premium add-ons bundle or the premium edition, whether it be $45 or $100 to get into that game early. And I think the hype for Forza was real, but at least the hype for Halo Infinite is more widespread and visible. More importantly, the latter. It's very much visible, where people would absolutely pay for it. So early access digital bundle wasn't too surprising, and the expectation was like, hey, we'll see you December 1st, right? And you'll get the campaign, you'll get the multiplayer, you get to play like a week early compared to everyone else. Not too bad. That was what people were thinking. But now we're talking multiplayer dropping on November 15th, this Monday. How crazy is that? This has been the rumor behind the scenes for a while, and it originally began in around October, where the word on the street was it's going to be the full game. And myself and many others were like, no way. No, there's no way they're going to do the full game, especially with the campaign apparently coming in hot. There's no way that 343 is going to drop that early. The multiplayer made sense. The reason for that, what I have heard, has been because 343 saw the flight test reception, and they have a really good product there, and they're going to create a huge bomb of an announcement with this, where people are going to go, wait, what, now? It's available now? I've also heard that it's going to go through a Game Pass Ultimate perk, although I just want to put that out there for discussion because that's come from a couple of sources, but I've not yet been able to confirm that. But I think it's something worth knowing because it makes sense why they would want to do that. Of course, Xbox has Halo Infinite multiplayer at free to play. So what is the incentive to get into Game Pass here? If you want early access, be an Ultimate member. That would be my assumption based off what I've heard. But again, this is unconfirmed information. Still exciting nonetheless. But beyond what I've heard, we're also seeing much more concrete information pouring out from all different outlets, all different sources. So let's get started with what I think is one of the most definitive ones. The back end of Xbox's storefront now listing the pre-order release date as November 15th, 2021. When it was originally December 8th, it is now November 15th, 2021. So Xbox themselves, or whoever's running the storefront, has changed the release date, the pre-order release date, from December 8th to November 15th. So something's happening on the back end. That's all Xbox, right? That's all the Xbox marketplace. This is in the API data, so it's not something that just a general consumer could do. This is on Xbox. And it goes even into Halo.api, who's a well-known Halo coverage site, who says Heroes of Reach is the name of the first season. It's arriving November 15th. And if they're wrong, then you can give away $100 to a random follower. So, hey, go give them a follow, right? I mean, even if we get heart-crushing disappointment, you can maybe make some money off of this, and that wouldn't be all too bad. But other insiders gradually ramped up their coverage because I think what was happening is, again, behind the scenes, this had been the word for a month, and I was surprised no one had come out and said anything. I think part of the reason is not every journalist wants to spoil every surprise here, but also once one person came out and said it, which I saw Nate the Hate do it, everyone started to talk about it. So Nate the Hate said, what better way to celebrate the anniversary of the Xbox than with a birthday surprise? Because, of course, Halo Infinite is also going to be releasing that multiplayer on the same day that it is Halo Combat Evolved's 20th anniversary. So makes a lot of sense. I can independently confirm and share with you today that Halo Infinite multiplayer will be made available on Monday, November 15th. Suit up, Spartans. Really exciting stuff. And then Tom Warren of The Verge. Tom Warren really heavily in the Xbox ecosystem. He is a reliable journalist. He wrote, "Did someone ruin Master Chief's birthday present?" Very, very intriguing tweet there, Tommy boy. And what's also really neat is when he was asked about, hey, is this the rumor? Are you confirming or denying it? He never denied it. So it seems, again, the talk of the town is coming out from behind the scenes to the general public. But Google is the biggest snitch of them all. Google is currently saying that the game's releasing November 15th when it was originally releasing December 8th. Now keep in mind, again, this is just the multiplayer. That's at least the word right now, and based off what we're seeing with API data, it is only going to be multiplayer. But Google's time countdown has been updated, and now it's counting down to the 15th, so hell yeah, let's go. Beyond that, though, another piece of concrete evidence is from Halo Hub. They say, as many of you are aware, we've been researching the possibility of integrating Infinite and MCC stat tracking into Halo Hub for some time. So many months ago, we figured out how to pull data from 343 interactive servers. A number of other people have already done this, including our friends at Halo.api, which we just sourced earlier. Some of our sources that we can't name to protect their identity told us that we have to have a dig around the data that we can pull from 343 interactive servers, and here's what we found. Halo Infinite data services are now online. So yes, the servers are online. That is already a very strange sign of things to come, given that the game doesn't come out until December 8th. So why would they have the servers on now? But also, Halo Infinite Season 1 Heroes of Reach starts November 15th, according to the server data that they have pulled. There's still more too. The data we found also listed start dates for the newly announced Fracture events, along with a name Tenrai for this season's Fracture events. The dates we found are as follows, which is the first week is November 23rd to the 29th, which times out pretty well with that early access. Give us a week of playing it on its own, then you get the event on the 23rd. Then January 4th to January 10th, we have the next Fracture event, and then February 1st to February 7th, we have another Fracture event. So they got the plans in motion here. The gap between November and January is kind of strange, so maybe they have something planned for December when, the campaign would be dropping. There's something there. But again, this has been the word on the street for a while, and to see it start coming out and seeing more people dig up additional data, it seems pretty concrete that this is occurring on November 15th, and I cannot wait when we stream that event to see all the surprises Xbox has planned for us, because some of those are leaking to the general public. I've heard the rumor of FPS Boost for 360 games, and I think now it's all but confirmed by Xbox. What we're seeing here is my updates page. I turned on my Series X to download some stuff for a review, and while I was doing that, I saw here in my queue 3 different Xbox 360 games I've had downloaded for quite some time, all needed updates, and those updates were about half a gigabyte each. It was Fable Anniversary, Fallout 3, and Oblivion. Now, with Fallout 3 recently getting that update on Steam, I didn't think too deeply into it, but I noticed over time my Twitter feed was filling up with people mentioning me saying, hey, New Vegas got an update too. Hey, look at this, Matty. So based off what I heard from a very reliable source, me being me, I was like, my games need an update all of a sudden. What's going on here? And the general public went out and started to check out their Xbox libraries, and they noticed they all had updates for a lot of other 360 games. I'm talking Assassin's Creed. Shout out to this king right here. He's got Final Fantasy 13 installed. I love to see that. It's a great underrated JRPG series. Then we have Dead Space. We have Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2. Dead Space, I just did a retrospective on that. It's a video that didn't even do that well, which really bums me out because I put a ton of time into it, replayed the whole series, and I replayed it in 30 FPS on my Series X. So back compat was there, but not that fresh 60 FPS. So now's a good time to get into that if you have yet to. But they're adding some of those classics into the FPS Boost library, and that doesn't even get into this king's library. My goodness, we got Darksiders in there, original Assassin's Creed, we see Cameo in there, we see Sonic All-Star Racing Transforms, Sonic Generations. So it looks like across the board, Xbox is doing a ton of updates for these 360 games, and I'm hoping that some of these I got right here also get updated. I'm talking, of course, Wolfenstein from id as well as Ravensoft. I mean, this game is so underrated. Dark Fantasy Wolfenstein fits the Bethesda formula. It's an Xbox game, all that good stuff. It's on PS3, but whatever. It's an Xbox game now. And then we got X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's one of the goriest games you can find when it comes to spin-offs, and I love it so much. Would love to see that added to back compat. I want to see them Naruto games get added to back compat, but here's the thing. Take a photo here, because you'll never see me do this again. I gotta hold up my man Sonic 06. I remember buying my PS3 for this one. I was so excited for it. I didn't know any better when it came to those load times. I didn't know any better when it came to those awkward romance scenes, but I did understand bad frame rate. And if this thing got a little FPS boost, back compat on the Series X, and they really cleaned it up, because there's been a rumor for a while that Sonic was going to get some type of next-gen update, and I think FPS boost with back compat, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Plus that Sega partnership getting stronger, I think that would make so many headlines, just that Sonic 06 has been somewhat fixed all these years later. Why am I talking about games that can be added to the Xbox back compat library? It's because, well, by the way, if you're a Max Payne fan, get your copies now, because Max Payne 3 has appeared on the Xbox Marketplace in Saudi Arabia. Check this one out here. It's already listed on the Marketplace, available for purchase. But not only that, it's not just 360 games getting added to the library. It's original Xbox games. Dead or Alive 3, Dead or Alive 1 Ultimate, Dead or Alive 2 Ultimate, Manhunt, Max Payne 2. Wow. I mean, shout out to the best demo disc of all time. It was an original Xbox demo disc that had Dead or Alive 3, it had Fusion Frenzy, it had Max Payne 1, the level where you're in the subway station. I believe it had Halo Combat Evolved in there as well. But I replayed that demo disc so much, so it makes a lot of sense to me personally, my own headcanon, that Xbox would bring these games back for back compat. I had also been told, because, again, I had been hearing this for a while, everything is done with a purpose. I don't just randomly post a photo of my copy of Jet Set Radio Future on Twitter, at G27status, by the way, feel free to follow me. I don't just do that for my own health. There was a purpose there. And when I had posted it, a couple people reached out to me and was like, yo, Matt, you may want to hold on to that copy, okay? Just letting you know. So, I think with Sega's relationship, we're seeing a lot of Sega games get the FPS boost, and Jet Set Radio Future being a day one original Xbox game, I'd be shocked if this was not a part of the new back compat library there, especially based off what I had heard. So time will tell on that, but I had to break the no weekend work policy for this because I am so stoked. I've been wanting back compat for a while. I don't want to get greedy. Of course, I asked for some additions to the library, but I'm just hoping that this isn't a one-time thing. I really want Xbox to just continue to add to this, continue to add to FPS boost, continue to add to, of course, the back compat library. That would be tremendous. So it looks like they are really celebrating in a major fashion. Just wanted to churn out this quick video for y'all. I had a Skyrim Anniversary Edition review planned. It's all made, it's produced, ready to go, but I had to push it on the back burner because obviously with everything happening with Xbox, this is pressing, this is really important, wanted to get to it right away. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you're thinking of all of this in the comments down below. Looking forward to seeing your thoughts. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk with you soon. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.